Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where we will try to implement some single inheritance in Java. Okay, so we will try to create a class A, also create a class B, and under this class we will try to create some fields and method and try to access that one from B instead of creating that type of same functionality or same method or properties. Okay, so let's check in Eclipse. So I have opened my Eclipse IDE and I have also created a package com.demo.inheritance. Okay, and here I am going to create our parent class. Let's say its name, the same name A. Okay, I'm not giving a proper naming convention here, only for the understanding. So it's a class A and it is not a public static void main, it's a simple class, and once you finish it will create a class, let's say A. So this is my package and under that the class is basically A. Okay, now here we will create two things. First we will create a variable, let's say a string variable, string name. Okay, and we will create a method which basically display the name. Now let's say this is my method display name, and here we will try to create a system.out.println statement and simply print the name. Okay, so this is basically my name variable. Okay, now we will try to create another class B where we will try to access these name properties giving some value of this name and try to access this display name method. So how we can do that? So on the same package try to create another class, let's say B, and without main method just finish it. So you can see my B class is ready. Okay, now I want to inherit the properties or method of A class. Okay, so how we can do that? So you have to maintain a keyword which is called extends, and from where we are trying to access the properties, that is basically our parent class A. So your signature should be this, your child class, then the keyword extend, and what is your parent class. Okay, now let's say I want to give some value of name variable and I want to print that one, that is basically from this display name, and all the operations I want to implement here. Okay, so let's create an method here. Let's say I given its name something like inherit details. Okay, now we know the variable name under A is basically name. Okay, so we can use this one here. So let's say give some value, name is equal to, let's say, Arun. So you can see here I am not creating any name variable, string variable under this B class, but still I can able to access this one because I have extend the properties of A, and under A, that is basically parent class where name variable is already there. Okay, so I have given the name. Now from here I can also access the method, that is nothing but display name, right? So I can simply call this method from here, display name. Okay, so once I call this method, actually I am trying to calling this method that is basically available under A, and it is basically printing the value of name, and that name I have already set with a value Arun. Okay, so you can see I am able to inherit the properties of A class, okay, under B class. Okay, so I am not creating any existing functionalities or properties like name or display name. I am simply reusing this in B class, that is basically my child class. Okay, now if I try to create a main class, and from that main class if I call this method, so it will automatically take this value, and display name basically print the name that is basically coming from the parent class. So let's create a main class. So give it name like, let's say, main class. It should be public static void main, so check it and finish. So this is my main class and this is my main method. Let me remove this one. Now we can create an object instance of B class, that is basically my child class. This is my B class. So in main class let's create an object instance, let's say small b is equal to new. Now we have to call the constructor, right, that we already know. So my instance of B class is small b, and using this b we can call the B class method, which is basically inherit details. Okay, so we can simply call this method from main class with the help of B class instance. Okay, so now save it and try to run it. So if you run it, you can see the value that is basically pass for this name variable, that is nothing but Arun, that is coming here. Okay, so hope you understand the concept of inheritance, where we can create a parent class, we can define some properties method under this parent class, and from the child class using this extend keyword we can inherit the properties of parent class, and we can reuse that properties or reuse the methods. Okay, so this is the concept of single inheritance, and in our next class we will try to implement another type of inheritance.
I believe this video has helped you to understand about the topic. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, click on the bell notifications and select all so that you don't miss any video from this channel.